Hello, Game of Thrones 2nd Edition fans. Welcome back to the Iron Price Invitational 2015 tournament. We are now in Game 2 of the top 4. We recently saw Shomar play Kyle in the final round, final video actually, of the 4th Swiss round. So here they are again. They basically played each other right after that game, just shuffled it up and started over. But now it's elimination on the line. It's not just trying to get in the top 4, but actually trying to knock each other out to make it to the finals. So Shomar came in with a 3-1 record, I believe, and Kyle was even at 2-2. And Kyle's running the Baratheon Fealty deck. And Shomar came out with a Greyjoy Banner to the Stag. So he's got some Baratheon Neil mixed in with his Greyjoy Stealth and Unopposed themes, which Neil seems to help with those. And Kyle's just going all out Baratheon cards with less than 50 neutrals due to the fealty agenda, but he gets to reduce 1 loyal card per round by 1 resource to help smooth out that gold curve there in that deck. Alright, so first plots. We have a Noble Cause played by Shomar on the left, aka Throne Runner, is his YouTube personality. You can go check out his YouTube channel. And on the right, we have Kyle playing Calm over Westeros. Kyle started out with a Fiery Followers, Shireen Baratheon, Selyse Baratheon, I forget which one. Basically the one that you can pay a gold to give a Baratheon an intrigue icon and a Bastard in Hiding. He also has resources to start with a Rose Road, get him +1 gold, which is always good to start with. But on the other side, the Greyjoy player, Shomar, also has a Rose Road in play, and he's got a Fishmonger something or other, basically the reducer character, reduce a Greyjoy character for 1 cost. And he's got a Euron Crow's Eye, Tricon 6 strength. He has Pillage and Renown, and he has reaction to his pillaging ability there. He basically can search the opponent's discard pile and steal a location and put it into play on his side. So first round, he's getting 6 gold. He used his Lord and or Lady reduction on Noble Cause to play Asha Greyjoy, and he had a dupe. He might have got rid of a King's Road there that I did not notice, because he still has, I believe, 5 gold sitting there. But I cannot see because his hand is blocking it, as you guys see here. I could be wrong. Yeah, still 5 gold. Okay, so now he's reducing, grabbing all 5. And Balon is in play. So he has now Asha, Balon, and Euron, which are the top 3 characters from Greyjoy. The only one he's missing is Theon, but he's a little step below those 3. So he's definitely got the best out. And he was cheering and basically, yeah, kind of rubbing it in Kyle's face a little there with that start. That is a great start. So Kyle's collecting 6 gold, 5 off his plot, plus the bonus from the Rose Road. And I apologize. I know I do see in the comments you guys talk about these long pauses. The issue is I edited a bunch of these videos in a row, basically took a whole day on a weekend, and just went and edited each one and basically queued up all the files and threw them in a folder so they're all sitting there. And then I just marked each one, which ones I'd prefer to voice over due to either sound quality problems or just the game was interesting, or because I wanted one of the players to get on the video in commentary, but sometimes it wouldn't line up, or I had to wait till they came by. So I just spent the time editing them ahead of time. So if I could do a voiceover and I had the moment, I could literally just sit down, record the voiceover, and when I had special guests, I could just, you know, hey, you're here, let's go record, and I'd grab the file and do it. So I just pre-edited them all, so I didn't cut out any of the pauses or anything. I kind of was just trying to go as quick as possible to get them edited, so they were sitting there waiting so I could jump on those moments to get people to record commentary, and then release them steadily. So I didn't want to go back and these last few and start cutting out all the pauses. I like the pauses, actually. It gives me time to talk in between, but I will try to do that for some future videos. If I notice they're going a little long, I'll try to cut it out. I usually cut out the end and the beginning, all the setup and mulligans and stuff, try to save time. But I do see your comments, guys, and I do appreciate that. So leave some feedback below. Let me know. Also, let me know how my rambling's going, if it's getting better, or if you'd prefer, you know, something else. But I hope my commentary is okay. I know it needs work. So yeah, feedback below would be great. All right. Back to our game. So it looks like Kyle's sitting on 1 gold here. He's defended with Robert, I believe with a power challenge, and took a renown. No, I guess it wasn't a power challenge. It was a military, actually. He now just did a power challenge with House Greyjoy, stealthing Selyse and going on a boast, and therefore using Asha's reaction to stand her. So it was a military first. It looks like he went with Balon. Tried to do the military, but then using Robert's ability to get +1 for each kneeling character, he was able to get above, or actually not have to worry about Balon's ability. Actually, they're even strength to start, so he shouldn't have had to worry about that. But yeah, I guess he wanted to win it for sure, so he had to throw the bastard in. But now Robert is knelt for the rest of the round, so as those characters kneel, he gets stronger. But unless Kyle has a way of standing him, at least he's out of the contention for future challenges. So it looks like Shomar passed on the intrigue. It went over to Kyle, who was doing a military of 2 with the fiery followers. And Shomar uses Asha's 4 strength to block. Now intrigue with Selyse of 2. And it's stuffed with 6 using Euron. So the pillage will go off. Yeah, they're just checking if pillage works on defense, but yeah, it looks like we all came to consensus it does. It's very similar to Renown and Insight. Basically the same idea. You win on, as long as the character's in a challenge, they win, whether it's offense or defense. You get to get the bonus discarding a card off the top of the opponent's deck. And he got a King's Road. So that definitely swings in Shomar's favor that round. They both are, well, actually, Shomar's got 2 power. Robert just has the 1. And Kyle looks like he has power on his house there, too. So they are tied 2-2. But Shomar still does have the better characters. And he just pulled a King's Road. Not sure how much he needs that King's Road now that he's got all his big dudes out. But still nice to have, obviously. All right, so they both play Filthy Accusations. Both going for the Dirty Kneel. And they tie on power and they tie on initiative. So, actually, no, they don't. The King's Road would give 1 more initiative in Shomar's favor, but they didn't realize that, so they are flipping a coin. So, it looks like Kyle won that and decided to go first. And he chose Shomar's plot to go off first. And Shomar's trying to get Kyle to kneel his reducing character. And Kyle's debating it, and they're laughing, but ultimately he chooses not to. And goes for Euron. Euron Crowseye is now knelt. So the 2 big boys are out of play this round. So Shomar's just counting gold ahead of time there. It looks like to save time while he thinks. Probably just to see how much gold he gets and start deciding what to play in his hand to kind of speed things up. But Kyle is going first, the Baratheon player on the right. He collects his gold, and now he's dropping his reducing location, Dragonstone Port, I believe. Reducing with fealty, reducing with the location. So that's 2. And he's going to have to spend 4 more to get Stannis out. Not sure why he spent all 5 though. Yeah, I believe Stannis is only 6, so if Fealty works there, which it does, Stannis is loyal, and he reduced with the location. Not sure why all 5 of his gold was scooped away. Obviously, it was a mistake on Kyle's part. He could have had a gold sitting on his block card. Unless I'm wrong, let me know below. But yeah, so Shomar is blowing the King's Road to reduce. He's knelt to his reducing character. Looks like he played his own King's Road also. And Theon is now in play. So basically got the whole family out there. That is pretty insane. So it looks like Greyjoy with the explosive start. But nah, he's got a lot of characters, and Stannis thrives on lots of characters. And so does Robert with Stannis. Stannis keeping those characters knelt, because Stannis' ability is basically in the standing phase. Each player may not stand more than 2 characters. So the fiery followers help with that because they stand as a reaction to the beginning of the dominance phase, which is before standing. So they work with Stannis well because they help the Baratheon player have more characters standing. And Robert, right off the start of the next round, if the opponent has a lot of kneeling characters and you have a lot of kneeling characters, Robert, his strength buff is already there, so it gives you a lot more options as a Baratheon player in your first challenges too. Instead of waiting out the round, letting characters kneel to buff Robert up, he's pretty much starting off pretty big. So we got a military of 7 with Stannis and the Bastard in hiding from Kyle. It looks like he started with the intrigue of the fiery followers. While I was talking there. So Shomar just double checked that Kyle had no gold left. Kyle admits, yes, I have no gold. So just usually a question that's asked by players of other players when they want to make sure that there's no event shenanigans that's going to happen, assuming they're worried about the events that cost money and not a 0 cost event. So it looks like the military went unopposed and the reducer was killed for claim. And Kyle's passed. So it looks like Shomar's throwing Theon and Asha. And debating on Balon. I think he just realized Stannis' ability and didn't want to go all in with all of them because then only 2 will stand up. So he's got to be a little more efficient than that and try to make sure Asha's standing ability works and only kneels what's necessary. So looks like power challenge of 8 with Theon and Balon stealthing Selyse. And that will go unopposed. Quite a big power swing there. Shomar is up to 5 power now. And it looks like Kyle's at 3. And we got a military challenge, stealthing with Asha, who will stand. And the Bastard in hiding is chosen for claim. And we're on to dominance. Looks like Shomar wins dominance. And he's choosing who he's standing. Looks like Kyle forgot to trigger the fiery followers at the start of dominance. And he's not standing them. So it looks like he completely forgot about their ability there. I guess we're on the 5th or 6th hour here of playing Thrones that day. So silly mistakes start to come out, which happens with any long tournament. I wouldn't consider this one that long of a tournament, but I guess it was compared to some of the... Oh, I think he just realized there. He just realized there that they should have been standing. So he stands them. And it looks like Shomar lets it go. Even though it was optional. Just a reaction, not a forced. I don't see how Kyle's going to stop this Greyjoy onslaught if every turn he's going to be getting lots of stealth off and unopposed. That could be trouble. This could be over pretty quick for the Baratheon player, Kyle. Looks like Shomar's having some trouble choosing his plots here. Alright, looks like plots have been chosen and now are revealed. Storm of Swords on the Greyjoy side, looking for that second military challenge. And calling the banners on the Baratheon side, so he's looking to get lots of money. So he should be collecting about 5 resources. Yep, 5. We're on to the draw phase. Not sure who chose who to go first there. I guess we'll find out in a second. It looks like Greyjoy's going first. He's duped Euron. And it looks like that's my arm there button in, telling him, hey, you missed the gold from the Rose Road. So I know I wasn't watching the game the whole time, but I remember we started to gather around as the game was going on and the other games finished. Just kind of watch and do a little judging from the side, I guess. Alright, so Shomar saves 1. Kyle collects 4 more gold, putting him up to 9. Let's see why he went that route. And you got another reducer. Consolidation of power, marshalling action is going to kneel up to 4 strength worth of characters. So fiery followers. I think he's trying to kneel Shireen there, but not sure why it didn't happen. I believe she's only 1 or 2 strength, but I could be wrong. She might be a 3. Alright, Littlefinger. And some card draw. Always good when you have a pile of money. Alright, the Iron Throne has hit the table on the Baratheon player side, so dominance wins should start to swing in his favor. But it may have come out too late. Oh, he got the Chamber of the Painted Table on the same round as the Iron Throne, and those will work together. As I've ranted about before, I'm sure you guys know about that combo, where basically whenever they win dominance with the Chamber of Painted Table, he can kneel it to steal a power from the opponent's faction card. So he will collect a power for dominance when he wins, and also collect a second one off the other player's house card. So it's basically 2 power every round for him, and he's taking his opponent down 1 power. So he can slowly shift into his game as long as he's winning dominance. But we'll see how fast Greyjoy can pull power here with all the stealth and unopposed. But if Kyle can hold him off, he's officially put a timer on the game now with those 2 cards out. But if anyone's going to be able to take that combo off the table, it's the Greyjoy player. So he has events that can knock out attachments and locations. based on winning unopposed challenges. And he also has, sorry, what's that? Shipwright, the Lordsport Shipwright character. If he gets him out, I'm not sure if he's even in his deck, but he can kneel a location during marshalling, so he can basically shut off that Chamber of the Painted Table in marshalling, which will prevent it from happening in dominance. It looks like we're in challenges now. And Shomar's going first. Oh, he just realized that Shomar did not kneel Shireen Baratheon from the Consolidation of Power. But at least it was caught in the start of challenges before anything happened. I knew Kyle tapped the cards with the event earlier, and that's what made me think they both need to be knelt. But Shomar looks like he missed that. But they're good now. So here's Shomar choosing his challenge.
Military challenge.
Yep. Looks like a military of 9 with Asha and Balon stealthing Big Bobby B. So it looks like Kyle can possibly defend with 7. Using the Fiery Followers and Stannis, but that will not be enough to stop it. And he just looked at the plot and realized Shomar is going to have a second military if he wants. So if this goes unopposed, Asha will stand, and she can repeat those shenanigans again. So he definitely should oppose it, in my opinion. At least the next one won't have stealth in it. So Robert could participate if necessary. So it looks like Stannis defends with 5, and the Fiery Followers are chosen as claim. Looks like Shomar's counting up strength here, deciding what he should do. Probably thinking about what would be standing for dominance or what he'd have to deal with coming back at him if he can push a challenge through. It's basically lots of battle math here. And then on top of that, Stannis' ability at the end of standing, or during standing, to realize you might only have 2 of your characters standing. So you got to think about the next round also when you're doing challenges for this round. Which is probably why you see Shomar peeking at his hand there. Trying to think if, you know, he can play other characters, because, you know, he's not going to get any better than what he's got out there. Unless he finds Melisandre, I guess, but that would just be icing on the cake here. Looks like we got Euron possibly going into a challenge here. Just not sure which challenge yet. It's another one of those long pauses you guys are talking about. I understand the pain now. Intrigue of 6 with Euron Crozai. Oh. Solis has now been paid off to give an intrigue icon to Robert, who's now going to defend with 9,000 strength due to all the characters kneeling. So yeah, +1 for each other character. So he's getting 1 for Stannis, Balon, Euron, Asha, Shireen, Theon, and the Fiery Followers. So it looks like power challenge on Kyle's side with Solis. And then it goes to dominance, which Kyle will win and take a power. So looks like the game is swung here. Still pretty tight. But Kyle looks like he's now up to 8 power. And he stands his 2 characters. And it looks like Shomar's standing his characters and deciding who. And it looks like he is sitting at, I believe, 6 power. Yeah, it looks like 6 power there on the Greyjoy player side. So Kyle has made a quick comeback here and taken the lead in a single round. Looked a little scary with the Greyjoy playing that Storm of Swords plot with all the stealth and the big strength on the board, but with Stannis and Robert, they've outsmarted the Greyjoys here and scooped quite a bit of power off their house guard and taken the lead. And here we go, flipping plots. And it looks like sneak attack on the Greyjoy player's side, 5-11-2, limited to initiating 1 challenge. And feast for crows on Kyle's side, 6-1-1. And a reaction. After he wins dominance, he'll claim 2 power. Excellent plot to play after you've gotten the Iron Throne and Chamber Painted Table out. And Stannis. And Robert, for that matter. He always can fall back not using Robert in the challenge and just get stronger as the challenge phase goes and each character kneels, and then keep his strength added for dominance if necessary. If it just seems like the play that'll get you the most power, why not? Alright, so it looks like Shomar's going first. He's got that location out that basically can bump him by 2 strength if he's first player, but 1 if he's second player. Basically give a Greyjoy player that strength in a challenge. He got King's Road and discarded it to play Lannis Greyjoy, who will reduce the opponent's reserve by 1, just canceling out the Iron Throne's reserve bonus, I guess. Okay, I was just going to double check that card. Oh, and we got Maester Crescent on the table, who will discard condition attachments off of characters during marshalling when you kneel him. So he's great Milk of the Poppy defense. It's basically a Milk of the Poppy magnet, because you will have to Milk of the Poppy him to turn off his ability before you can do it to someone else. And we got a Fiery Followers. Excellent dominance defense, but I'm not sure it'll be enough. So Iron Throne's 8, and those are only bringing in 2 to dominance each, so basically knocking out half the advantage of the Iron Throne there. Melisandre has hit the table on the Baratheon player's side. And who's she going to kneel? Euron has been taken out of the challenge phase, unless he can be stood. Oh, we see our second consolidation of power. 2 rounds in a row now. Looks like Alanis and a Fiery Followers are the targets. Looks like Fiery Followers is going to take another power due to the consolidation of power side effect there. Kyle looks like he's got his control on lock now. He's got dominance under control. He's got the kneel happening. Robert Baratheon's fully charged up here. But the Greyjoy player does have 2 claim. But can he get a challenge through? That's the real question. Asha's knelt, she's got stealth. Balon is yet to get his stealth ability off of, what's the location? The Great Kraken, which gives Balon stealth. He's yet to get that to help out here. And Theon's been knelt over there for quite some time, so his stealth's not helping out. So I'm not sure he'll be able to push through the challenge he originally wanted to do with that 2 claim. So excellent defense and control on Kyle Varga's side there with his Baratheon kneel fest. So it looks like Shomar's in a stunned phase here of disbelief, looking down at the board and not sure what to do, probably a little frustrated. Might just have to bite that 2 claim and not do any challenges, just play defense. Stop Baratheon from scooping up more power. Just want to say thanks again for watching these videos. And if you haven't watched the previous series or even the previous video in the top 4, go back and watch that. I will be posting the the finals video of this top 4 elimination next, and that will have the winner of this game facing the winner of the previous video, which I won't spoil here. So go back and make sure you watch those, and so you're all caught up. We did 4 rounds of Swiss also, if you haven't seen it, which is in a playlist on my channel, so you can probably see that. You might see the little card thing in the top right corner there. You can click that and it'll link you to it. Yeah, but watch those and watch how the story unfolds and how these players get here. And don't forget to subscribe too. We're doing live streams now, trying to do them about once a week for Game of Thrones 2nd edition. So we like to have people join us and you know, come and give us tips, show us what we're doing wrong, give us some insight, help us pick which decks to play on the live stream, and also send us deck lists. You know, you can always email me deck lists at robstjohn@gmail.com if you'd like to see those played on the live streams, or even just in some, you know, pre-recorded deck testing sessions or whatnot. Or you can message me on Card Game DB. It's just Rob St. John, ROBSTJOHN. You can also send them to me there. Just link me to like deck lists that are online if you guys are interested in seeing how they work. I know some people have been sending them over, and I appreciate that, and it helps us get, you know, get people interacting in the stream, and just help us learn this game together and help new players learn and have some fun playing together with people who aren't next door. And it's nice to talk to you guys and play with you and see other people's suggestions and comments and you know, stories from their metas and what they see and, you know, how they build their decks. So I'm really liking those sessions. So let's keep it up. So subscribe so you get notified about those live streams, and then you can come on over. I also post notifications on Twitter before I go live. You can find me on Twitter, which is at Rob St. John, ROBSTJOHN. So follow me on there. I don't tweet too often, a lot of retweets, but I will tweet when we are going live. Usually a few minutes before at least. A couple days before if I actually know it's going to happen, but lately we've just been streaming on the fly. So it looks like Kyle's got himself up to, what do we got, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 power. And the Greyjoy player is down to 6 power still. So his house card is cleared. Looks like we're counting up dominance here. Fiery followers stood for reaction to dominance beginning. So looks like Kyle collected his dominance power, and then from his plot got a reaction for winning dominance and gained his 2 power. So he is up to 14. Wow. Baratheon player is taking control. Greyjoy player, even having the great start he did so far, getting all those characters out, dupes, full board, has been locked down by Stannis Baratheon, the Neil effects from Melisandre, 2 of those consolidation of powers. Kyle's been getting the card draw, been getting the resources, seems to be playing the right plots at the right time, seeing the Iron Throne in the Chamber of the Painted Table. Seems like the perfect storm for the Baratheon player here. Even though originally it looked like the Greyjoy player had a better perfect storm to start, just wasn't enough to gain power quicker. And even the power he did gain quickly was just basically fuel for Baratheon's comeback here. So we'll see what happens here in the next plot phase. All right, plots are being revealed. Oh. Looks like they stopped. Oh, just double check and reserve. Alright, so it looks like Wildfire on Kyle's side, and we got March to the Wall. It's a good counter, and Shomar will decide who's first player, and then eventually whose block goes off first. So looks like Shireen's dead. Her reaction will go off. Kneeling Robert Baratheon is what Shomar is trying to indicate there. So looks like Wildfire went off first. So Shomar probably chose himself to go first, deciding Wildfire to go off. And if he did that, I'm not sure that was the best play. Having Asha, Euron, and Balon, you want to keep them on the table, so I might have made March to the Wall go off first, just to kind of whiff and be pointless. Just so I can keep those three on, because I believe those three might be better than Robert, Stannis, and Littlefinger there. In fact, yeah, I'll say that any day they are. Especially when you know you got Robert Nelt. So it looks like Shomar is now realizing he's first player, so he has to choose who to discard with March to the Wall. Cannot be saved, so the dupes will be discarded if he chooses Euron or Asha. He's in a tough choice. He's got Euron Nelt. So if he chooses Asha or Balon, he's down to one standing character and one Nelt character. But that looks like it'd be the same on the Baratheon player side also. Tough choice. Not sure I would have went that route. Oh, Euron Crow's Eye has been discarded. Not dead, so if he sees another copy, he can play it. And I'm not sure what's in his hand, if he even has a hand. I cannot tell, but yeah, that sometimes can make the choice easier. It looks like Littlefinger has been chosen on the Baratheon player side, so we keep Stannis and Robert. So, see, now it's a more level playing field because March to the Wall was played second. So, you got Robert's, at least with the characters kept. It was smart on Shomar's side there to keep the two standing characters because he's got to stop the Baratheon player from winning here and getting one power. So you have to take every little advantage you can, I guess. Yep, looks like he top decked two cards here. Probably not what he wanted. Doesn't seem too excited about it. Looks like Selyse Baratheon and his reducing location. And saving 2 gold. Kyle's collecting 5 gold here. He's got a handful of cards, lots of choices. Plays his 3rd reducing location, so the economy's been in his favor this game, I believe. At least it, maybe not though. He's King's Roads, yeah, he got 1, I think, but the Greyjoy player has had more King's Roads, so maybe he had more economy. Alright, looks like Kyle saves 3 gold. Gets out his reducer, Fiery Followers. 2 little chumps, but maybe enough. Maybe enough. Looks like they both didn't get exciting cards out there. Oh, looks like Ours of the Furies played. I remember there was some goof up here with it, so we basically went back to figure things out. So that's why I had that little fade there. I remember there were some issues. And it looks like Balon came in with the power challenge of 5, buffed him up to 2 for 7, and he used Ours of the Fury to put Robert in, which blocked the unopposed. He assumed he had more strength, but Robert's only at 6, but he actually would count for 0 because it's less strength than Balon, I think is what happened here. So it was kind of a screw up. Robert didn't get to stand from it, but I think it was just to put him to use. Actually, I think did he get him to equal strength there? No, looks like only one other kneeling character, right? So I believe Balon would have been +2 from that location. So he should have been at 7. And Robert Baratheon would have only been 6. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure exactly what happened there. Looks like Shomar's counting it out. Looks like military's with Asha. He's going for the stealth. Looks like Stannis is stealthed. And unopposed on Kyle's side, and he kills his reducer character. And Asha stands. Looks like Shomar's trying to clarify the whole Chamber of the Painted Table about winning dominance and stealing one. So, and then Kyle mentions how he purposely let that one go unopposed. Just want to make sure there's some power on Shomar's house so he could steal it if necessary. Salt in the wound there, Kyle. Salt in the wound. So it looks like Greyjoy got off to an explosive start. Wasn't enough to keep going. Baratheon got its lockdown turned on and basically sucked the power from the Greyjoy player and turned it around and came back and eventually looks like it's enough to win. So it was an intrigue challenge with Selyse. Now it looks like an intrigue challenge with the Fiery Followers. Unopposed. And it looks like he put him back to 14.
You're gonna win it. No, I don't want to risk it.
And they're having some jokes saying, just go with the power challenge with Stannis. There's nothing he can do to stop it. It'll be the win. But Kyle doesn't want to do it. He wants to win in dominance. So we stand the Fiery Followers, kneel the Chamber of the Painted Table. He steals the power. He wins the game. And we get a round of applause. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Look forward to the finals where we have Kyle with his House Baratheon playing the winner of the previous video, which you guys can go back and watch that one and see who it is. And that video will be up shortly. And if you're watching this in the future, it'll already be there. So just click the next video on the playlist. Thanks a lot for coming by, guys. I appreciate all the feedback. Subscribe.